Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
Okay. All right. Good evening, people. How are you? Start of another week, guys, in this absolute shit show. But I tell you what, Wollongong, I'm talking to Wollongong here. It's going to be more of a shit show. All right. Guess what's on tonight, guys? We sent a message out. There's a council meeting on. We sent someone in to see who was there, and guess what? No one's there. No one's there. 13 of us went last month when I, turned up there. Where is everyone? Seriously, guys, what am I going to do? Take the show off, am I? Next, in a month's time when the next council meeting comes up, so I can go in there and fucking do that as well. Just saying, guys, you want it to fucking change, you got to do something. For Christ's sakes, and I mean for Christ's sakes. Wollongong, where in the hell are you? Empty council. Anyway, let's get into it. I got a message this morning at 6:35. Not the one I wanted to see. But guess what, guys? It's true. All the Brumbies dying. They're culling them. Okay, I know some sort of culling has to go on in certain areas, but this is just downright bullshit, guys. All right, they're just taking everything off you. Okay, so we got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of stuff out there happening. Okay, Hamilton Island. Don't anyone go to Hamilton Island. All right. That's just all cash up there. All card, no cash up there, guys. All right. So again, we've got to be the difference, guys. Okay. Now they're telling you that if you're breathing, you got problems. If you're in the sun too long, you got problems. Listen to this one. Wearing a pair of jeans is equivalent to traveling 6.4 miles in a car. Just one day, yeah, there you go. Sunbathing for just one day will increase your risk of heart disease. When are we going to stop it, guys? All right, because they're just going to keep ramping it out, okay? You've got, a couple down on Mornington Peninsula, right? Let's go back to councils for a minute, all right? Mornington Peninsula. The guy's got agapanthus. Everyone knows what agapanthus are, right? They're everywhere. I'm not a gardener. I know what an agapantha is, okay? They're everywhere down on the Mornington Peninsula. This guy done the right thing, rung council, come round and have a look. He wanted to put a carport in, and the dickhead council guy decided that he had too many plants on his nature strip, so he took a picture and sent it into the council, and now the guy's up for a $7,692 fine. Now, with a quick spurt around the suburbs in the same place, in that suburb, down a few other streets around him, everyone's got agapanthus. Everybody on their local, council strip. And the reason is that the council owns the strip and they can tell you what to do with it. Well, they don't come and mow it, do they? It's just unreal, guys. I'm telling you, it's just friggin' crazy. All right, you've got Adam Brunt or Brandt, or whatever his friggin' name is, the Greens boss. All right, he's got $314K a year, guys, and he's just put in for an extra $1 million in extras, $1 million. Right, his wage is $314K, and he's hit the taxpayer for $1 million in expenses. And look at this one, $200K on printing. Who in the hell prints $200,000 worth of shit these days? It's electronic. Yeah, okay, we do a bit of it. 200 grand? Private jets, cars. This is the head of the Greens, taking everything off you. Are we going to wake up? Yeah, he's a cock, all right. Anyway. Come in to look at a new carport, guys. That's all it was. This guy's got a $7,692 fine now. And what I'm pissed about is Wollongong Council is in there fucking unattended. You know what? Anyway, I'll get off it because I can't do everything, guys. You Wollongong people I'm talking to, all right? We can't do everything from here. All right, we need some help, guys. What happened? We all turned up there last month. Then we got together and said, okay, Guru, we won't get you to do it. We'll get other people to go in there and do it. And it's empty. So it's back to Guru again, isn't it? Guys, come on, man. Anyway, I'm not here to fucking have a go and rant, all right? But, yeah, it's pissed me off, all right? Okay? The other thing is, right, let's talk about the rescue, all right, guys? You know what the mainstream media likes to, yeah, we're involved in it, okay? No problem. All right, I think Cazz is going to play it. Maybe play the clip, Cazz, and then I'll explain it, sweet, and then come in.
Yesterday, a toddler swept off a break wall into the harbour. We can confirm she is completely fine, but today we spoke to the witnesses who helped get her out. They're the pictures at the break wall in Wollongong yesterday, making every parent's heart sink. A father and toddler dashing between crashing waves. The little girl washed into the water, Dad clambering over the rails after her. They were tossed across rocks, but both are okay, thanks to these witnesses who were quick to pull them out.
But as we got him out of the water, he was gone. He was like, if it could have been, like there's seconds in this. He was that exhausted, but he never let go of that kid, you know what I mean?
David Graham helped the man out of the water, Melinda consoling the mother, who was horrified.
Oh, Mum was hysterical. She was beside herself. She's like, how could he do it? We just came down here for a nice walk.
Mum telling a community group, I can't excuse my husband's actions. His naivety on the ocean put our daughter at risk. Also thanking the rescuers. You are absolute heroes. Thank you so much. I'm sorry my husband put you in that position.
But yeah, no, she was hysterical.
But what we saw was community spirit. Oh, everyone just jumped in and done what they had to do.
Ripping this ring off a nearby boat.
Where's the boy? There used to be a boy.
The nearest council ring was nowhere near the wall.
Both the father and daughter are fine with only minor injuries. They were resting at home today. The dad is devastated. He feels incredibly guilty.
He's not like me. He wasn't a surfer or anything. He's just the average dad. So, yeah, he's blessed by God, man.
The incident hasn't stopped others trying their luck on the wall today. Serena Andaloro, 7.
So the warning is there, guys. Come in, Kazza, if you want. That Serena chick from Channel 7, guys, seemed really nice, all right? She come down to find the truth, right? Because what she'd seen, and I'm going to repeat her words because she's mainstream, all right, was that she found it very, very surprising how the paramedics and ambulance apparently saved someone that went in the water. You know, and when she looked at the harbour and she looked at different things, you know what I mean? She thought, no, there's more to this. Bullshit, the paramedics done this, you know what I mean? Or the ambulance. And they didn't, guys. They were here 15 minutes after the event. Okay, we already had the girl up on the bank, the young girl, all right? She was up getting catered for up there. The poor father couldn't walk more than 5 yards without collapsing in our arms, all right? He was that exhausted. Okay, but what happened? Okay, we're sitting in the boat here, guys, and we saw someone trying to get that orange ring off another boat down here, 2 down from me, my mate's boat. So obviously me and Mel have stuck our head out and go, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And they've just screamed, there's someone in the water over here, a young kid. So we didn't even take phones, me and Mel. We just jumped off the boat and bolted. When I got there was already a few people there. The guy was getting close to the rocks. It didn't take a lot to get the boy out to him and get him in. He got smashed on the way in. Actually, one wave just nailed him, mate, sent him in a somersault. Did never let go of his daughter. But the point is here, guys, there was a lot of other people on the scene before me and Mel. Me and Mel got the story because the mainstream come down and they were looking for the people that lived at the harbour that were involved in the incident. She knew who she was looking for. It was her. But you're right there, Cazz?
Oh, yeah. I just like to see with my leg up.
Okay. Yeah, so what happened, guys, was there was a few more people involved in it, okay? It wasn't just me and Mel. Yes, of course, we reacted and we had something to do with it, but we're not taking the hero status, guys, all right? There was more people from the community involved than me and Mel. We were just the two. But what it does show you, all right, who'd ever thought the Guru would actually get on the mainstream media for a good story? Everything that they do on the mainstream media about me, guys, is just smashing the shit out of me. And we told her, we said, this probably won't go to air, this interview. And she went, what do you mean? I went, I'm Dave Guru Graham. And she went, oh. But anyway, she knew who I was. They went and cut it up and they put it on, guys. But yeah, me and Mel don't want to take, you know, there was other people down here. There was other people involved. It was, as I said, a community effort. Okay. But as for the paramedics and that, yeah, we got to have them. Do you need a good kick up the arse, guys? Yeah, because you still won't admit there's anything wrong with the vaccines or any of the other bullshit that's going on. And do we need you in the community? Yes, we do. But sorry, it had nothing to do with you guys. Absolutely nothing. How can you get here 15 minutes after someone's been in the water and expect to take the credit for the rescue? But this is what they do, guys, okay? So we're not heroes, right? We done what anyone else would have done. Mel went straight to the woman. I went straight to the water. You know, typical what any normal fucking human being, excuse my French, but any normal Aussie, right, would do, guys. All right, nothing over the top. All right, and listen, it won't be the last. I've been down here 2.5 years now. I've been living here, I think, sort of something around that. But that's the third drowning, I think, in 2.5 years, and all of them to do with that breakwater out there, guys. So again, people be aware when you're not, when you're not aware of your surroundings, guys. Don't give Mother Nature a chance to friggin' take you out, because she will. All right, she will. You give her the chance, she'll take her. All right, I've learnt that. I've sailed halfway around the world, guys. You don't give her a chance. Okay, so yeah, be very, very careful out there. But I just want to get that out, guys. Other people are involved, all right? We all just done our little bit, and the chick's all right and the guy's all right. So, but yeah, we're not heroes, man. We've done exactly what anyone else would do. You help.
All right, we have our first story is actually from one of the Forests of the Fallen. It's a testimony from there. So let's have a look at this. This is on the weekend.
Balmoral Beach, who wants to tell us about what happened in his own family. Thank you.
Yeah, my name's Mark, and in October last year, the mother of my children basically dropped dead. That came about with sudden respiratory collapse and followed by, as you'd imagine, cardiac arrest. And it was sudden adult death syndrome, as they're starting to call it, and it is without doubt the cause of the COVID and the multiple shots she took from working in forensic hospitals.
What age was she, Mark?
61. or
And
62.
in her place of work, were they noticing that people were becoming unwell from these injections?
Oh, absolutely. Even the ambulance drivers know it. They've had to order more coffins on average, and the undertaking industry know all about it.
Yes. Well, certainly
Excess
that's what
deaths,
we're hearing.
you know.
Well,
All right, we'll leave it there. But well done, Rosie. Now, one of
God bless that
people.
bloke. God bless that guy who's lost his wife for friggin' nothing at 61-year-old. Yeah, he's holding up pretty well. That that's amazing that guy could actually stand there and say that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, that's it. And look, we've also got, of course, it's more and more in the news, and now we've actually got that the millions have been. This has been reported by the Herald Sun. Millions have been paid out in COVID jab compo claims, and also one of our people have put together 22 pages of links, guys, of evidence-based links. So, and thank you to that person, but it's just incredible. It's 22 pages of it. So if I will try and get it into the chat here, but if not, Mel, I might have to get Mel to get it out because it's PDF, and I don't think it takes PDF over here.
No worries, we'll do that. But whoever done that, I don't know who you are, and you probably don't want recognition like all the rest of us people. We just do what we do, guys. It's like the weekend. As I say, my mum was stoked. Actually, my 91, the good thing that I got out of it was that my mum actually saw the mainstream media do a good story on me for once, guys. And my mum rang up. My sister actually took it out there and showed her. I didn't show anyone. I didn't even share it, guys. Seriously, But yeah, I didn't take it out to show mum or anything, but my sister went out and showed mum, and she rang me up to tell me how proud she was. And that's probably the best part of the whole thing, except for the little girl and the dad, staying alive. But yeah, my mum was actually proud of a mainstream article on me for a change. Anyway, that's where we are.
All right, let's have a look at this.
Anthony Albanese just appointed the Queen of Woke as Governor General.
Sam Mostyn as our new Governor General. Good choice?
No, it's a terrible choice. She is the Queen of Woke. But this is the Prime Minister's choice. This is the Prime Minister's captain's pick. And quite frankly, Albanese has given a middle finger salute to every single Australian who voted no to his voice. 60% of people he's given the middle finger salute to by appointing the most woke person with actually a terrible record. A terrible record in corporate Australia. She's the chair of a super fund that's building $1 billion apartment building in New York with scab non-union labour. The CFMU protested about her only a week and a half ago, but she's Albo's choice. And he wants to put the wokest person in the position and unfortunately trash the constitutional role of the Governor-General by such an appallingly bad appointment.
Yeah.
Well, they'd already trashed the appointment when 1973, guys, when they removed all the power from the Governor General, removed the Queen's seal, and it's been the Morecambe and Wise show ever since, guys. Just absolute comedy clown show. No one remembers Morecambe and Wise. What do you think of us so far?
Yes.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Okay, yes, Ronia, thank you. If you can have a chat to her and invite her on for us, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
awesome.
Cool.
All right, this is so terribly funny, but it's funny because she doesn't get it. Like, she really doesn't.
Oh, this is gold. This is gold, guys.
Seeking to scare the American people silly with what a second Trump term will look like. Here she details the sort of terrible policies Trump will implement if he's back in the White House.
First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history. He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs.
So good so far. Is she trying to scare the public or make a pro-Trump campaign ad? It's hard to tell.
He will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care, which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will still be there. He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress. He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals. He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er. He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities. On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection.
Okay, now I'm thinking she's actually doing this on purpose. Just about everything she listed there, even with the added hyperbole, is hugely popular with much of the American people. And by the way, despite the misreporting you may have read, Trump forcing NATO partners to actually pay up strengthens NATO. That's a good thing. But let's go back to our woke TikToker.
NATO's getting ripped apart.
All e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car. He believes that we could create a car that vertically takes off.
Now that just sounds awesome. You've convinced me. Surely there's nothing else wonderful that you could tell me about a second Trump term.
He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil domestically. He will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports. He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%.
Well, lady, don't threaten me with a good time. As a US citizen, if half that stuff happens, I think I'm going to be moving back.
And he will take billions and billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He's
leave it there, but yeah, it's brilliant, guys. This is, exactly everything we want. This leftist is going off about, you know what I mean? And this is the brains of them, Cazz. How do they, where's it? Yeah.
Well, it's not just them. We've also got this. The DNC has DNC activists warns Democrats to stop registering young voters, is because they're going to vote for Trump. So now what's actually happening, you can see it everywhere. What's happening is the young people are getting on TikTok and they're waking up and they're putting out their own information. They're going, what the hell are we doing? We're slaves. We're just working from 9 to 5. We can't pay the bills. And they're figuring out for themselves that they're economically more sound and had more money and more opportunity when these policies were in. And so
they're working it out. Slowly, they're working it out. But yeah, guys, look, and Trump's not our mate. Trump's not your savior, guys. You're your savior, or God is your savior, all right? And you're the person that saves yourself, all right? But he's certainly a marketing tool that we knew at this time. You'll never know, guys. Will he get the someone just said he'll never get the president. He'll never make it. I got to shut a hatch, guys. It's starting to rain. Just shut my camera down for a minute, Cazz, and I can keep talking. I'll just stand up. I don't want everyone looking at me crutch, that's all.
Hang on. How do I do that again? I can't do it.
All right, Ken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So there's lots of stuff going on, but let's have a look at one of my favorite guys, Hunter's Politics, and he's got something on taxes and assets, and he just breaks it down so well.
Why are my taxes so high? Oi, government! What the hell? Oh, yeah, how do I say this? We're kind of broke? Broke? But I'm always giving you money. Yeah, well, we've got income. We just don't have any assets. Oh, so you mean you have no wealth? That's it. Why does that matter? Well, imagine you own a house, right? Sorry, I'm a millennial. Oh, I know. That's why I said imagine, right? Say you own a house. Good luck. Maybe one day. Would living costs be more expensive or less expensive than if you were renting? Well, less expensive, obviously. I'm not spending 30 to 40% of my salary on rent. Yeah, so things are cheaper if you own the asset that you're using. What's your point? Well, we used to own a lot of assets. This made us very wealthy, like roads, hospitals, airports, power plants, power lines. And so we would use these assets to deliver our government services like healthcare. So when we owned the assets, government services were cheaper for us to provide to the taxpayers. Cool story. Things used to be cheap. So what happened? Oh, yeah, we sold them. All of them. A lot of them. So you're renting all the assets you used to own. You're a renter. So why don't you just buy back some of those assets or invest in building new ones? Whoa, and have our government run a budget deficit?
He's
Oh, he
brilliant.
does it so
He's
well.
absolutely brilliant, and he's dead set right on the ball, guys. You know, everything he says, it's satire, but I'll tell you what, it's fact. It's fact. It's what they're doing. It's insane, you know. Anyway.
Well, that's right. Look, we've got a few international stories that I wanted to cover as well.
Yeah.
And one of them is what's going on in China, and they've actually called it Skynet. It's actually called Skynet. Let's have a look.
About its 1.4 billion citizens. Everyone over the age of 16 is required to have an official state-issued ID card that the government now wants to use to centralize all that information. And China is investing heavily in tech companies to help transform that government data into a virtually omniscient surveillance network. One of those companies is Megvii. It recently received a capital investment of nearly $500 million, part of which is from a state-run VC fund. But the name chosen for its premier piece of technology is a bit of a tell. Skynet, what is that?
The Terminator is the favorite film of our founder.
The Terminator is the favourite film of the founder. Now, they go on to say that basically they're tracking and tracing, so every time they cross the street or jaywalk or light up a smoke in public where they're not supposed to, there's a camera somewhere that will capture them. And this guy's favourite film is The Terminator. But it's not even just there. Like, the AI is so out of control. And this is why we want to have a look at this report by Greg Reese.
On designing a special machine that would resolve. In 2021, the commander of Israeli intelligence published a book on designing a special machine that would resolve what he described as a human bottleneck for locating and approving targets in war. A recent investigation by Plus 972 magazine and Local Call reveals that the Israeli army has developed an artificial intelligence-based program known as Lavender, which does exactly that. According to 6 Israeli intelligence officers with first-hand experience, the Lavender AI machine determined who to kill and was obeyed with military discipline. During the first weeks of the war, the Lavender system designated about 37,000 Palestinians as targets and directed airstrikes on their homes. Despite knowing that the system makes errors about 10% of the time, there was no requirement to check the machine's data. The Israeli army systematically attacked the targeted individuals at night, in their homes, while their whole family was present. An automated system known as Where's Daddy was used to track the targeted individuals and carry out bombings when they entered their families' residences. The obvious result was that thousands of women and children were wiped out by Israeli airstrikes. According to these Israeli intelligence officers, the IDF bombed them in homes as a first option, and on several occasions, entire families were murdered when the actual target was not inside. In one instance, 4 buildings were destroyed along with everyone inside because a single target was in one of them. When it came to targets marked as low level by the AI Lavender system, cheaper bombs were used, which destroyed.
Look, it goes on. We'll leave it there because we're running a bit behind time. But look, it goes on to say that they actually changed the parameters. So rather than they can actually hone in, maybe there might be collateral damage of, say, for example, 5. Well, they changed the parameters so that it was basically, a lot larger than that as well. So it's just unbelievable that they're using this kind of technology. It really is. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It's just, and the lack of respect for life is just.
Oh, yeah, it's insane using AI for that now. That's why we had a space this morning, guys. And actually, AI was the thing that we actually had a space on because a friend of mine, and Sands out there, she's sent me a message this morning going, "Hey, Guru, look what Grok says about me." So we had a bit of a laugh, about what Grok had said about Sands. And then she's gone, "Hey, Guru, what do you reckon it'll say about you?" So we've actually whacked me in there, and that's what started the space this morning, guys, because, look, obviously we can tell how it's loaded up. If anyone goes and puts David Guru Graham into the Bing AI or the Grok AI, you'll get 2 different things, but it will tell you that it goes off mainstream or any articles that it can find, guys, and then it makes a story. I'm the biggest grifter in the world. Oh yeah, it's insane, Cazz, what it says about me. But you can tell from the story that it wrote about me, it's gone off the intelligence that it's picked up out of the mainstream. Okay, and that's you go and put my name in there, guys. Put David Guru Graham in there, and hit Grok and see what you come up with. I'm the worst grifter in the world, mate. Oh yeah, it's just incredible, you know. So I'm gnarly. I got a gnarly stature. Oh yeah, it's unreal, mate. It just goes, which yeah, come pick a fight. You see how gnarly I am, but that's beside the point. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just incredible how AI writes it up, and I can work out now. A couple of the ladies on the show, actually, we put in, and it didn't know them. So AI didn't even know some of the people that were in the Patriot movement. Okay, Sean knew me. It had a good story about me, but some other people, yeah, not even known it. We had to put in Sovereign Movement Australia to actually get their name to come up, and all it done was said that they were part of a sovereign movement, and then went to explain sovereign movement. Well, that tells me that they're not real high profile, or they've not, you know, been targeted. So, yeah, guys, it was interesting.
So this situation here, I think I've actually figured this out. Now, it's a situation, it's a saga of a US Air Force senior airman, Lance Castle, after refusing basically the COVID-19 jab. But here's the thing. Now, I'll just bring this in so we can actually have a look at the rough arrest of it.
Take your blanket off. Go full left.
So who's going for the legs?
Are you choosing?
Get on the floor. Get on the floor.
All right, so let's just bring that back in. So this man was dubbed an inside threat, and he was given 60 days pre-trial confinement, missed the birth of his first son, and sent to a court-martial to stand trial on the 5 UCMJ charges. Guess what? He was acquitted, not guilty. Okay, no evidence. All right, so now that's the US Air Force. Now, I've been following Jim Willey for years, and he reported years ago, SG Anon has said that they don't have control over all of the armed services. It's very divided. And so some are answering to the CIC, and others are basically gone rogue, like those ones, or those ones appear to. Now, Jim Willey reported years ago that, and has reported several times since, that the US Air Force is actually under the control of the Bushes, and that's how they're getting all the drugs in. And that he's been reporting that for years. And he said he owns a whole division of the US Air Force. And I'm just wondering, with their behavior in that situation, if that's some evidence towards it, because it's pretty rough what they did to him.
I would say so. We've got good and bad in every area, guys, like we said, but we do know there's a good force out there working for us. Otherwise, these people wouldn't be getting taken down, guys. And just to talk about that horrible force out there, guys, listen to this. This is today. I received this at 6:23 tonight. Okay, off one of our people. My ex had to go into a nursing home today. My daughter was bawling her eyes out as she couldn't go in unless she was wearing a mask and did a COVID test. And if she left and came back later in the day, she would need to do it again. She's brokenhearted. This is in South Australia, and it is probably the same in all states. Guys, our government hasn't let up on you. All right, they're still pushing the mandates. They're still bullying people. And, anyway.
All right, we're going to have some news out of Ukraine, and that is there's been a confession. So the Moscow concert attackers have testified that they are paid by the Ukraine. So that's very interesting. We've also got this straight out of NATO.
Declared in the autumn of 2021, and he actually sent a draft treaty that he wanted NATO to sign to promise no more NATO enlargement. That was what he sent us. And that was a precondition for not invade Ukraine. Of course, we didn't sign that. The opposite happened. He wanted us to sign a promise never to enlarge NATO. He wanted us to remove our military infrastructure in all allies that have joined NATO since 1997, meaning half of NATO, all the Central and Eastern Europe. We should remove NATO from that part of our alliance. Introducing some kind of E and B or second-class membership. We rejected that. So he went to war to prevent NATO, more NATO close to his borders. He has got the exact opposite. He has got more NATO presence in the eastern part of the alliance.
Well, you know,
the war is a funny thing, guys. All right, we're all going to find out. You know, we've got Iran now. It's just come out. All right, and get ready for it, guys. I told you it was going to get rough, but Iran's now coming out using GPS jamming. All right, now we all know that Iran has some very, very high intelligence and very, very high sophisticated stuff, guys. But if Iran can come out and do GPS jamming, what does that do about what cities they can take out and what they can and can't do? So, again, this is going to hot up, guys.
well, it's not just that. It's also like another massive container ship loses its
Yep.
power in New York City. So I think it's pronounced Verrazano Bridge. So
Yep.
yeah, there you go. We've got another bridge under threat. So it's just like this is, but it's you know, the crazy part about it is now Tori says she wrote this today. This is about a now this is a commander from the biomedical research lab, and she's just been fired. Okay, but Tori says has made their comment. She says, "Funny, isn't it, Peru, where I told you a couple of years ago H5N1." Oh, and by the way, Brazil and Argentina have now blocked beef exports to the USA while our cows are sick with Peru's H5N1. So, and then she's put underneath it a manufactured famine, all part of their plan.
Exactly right. Their plan is, guys, and they're going to continue on their plan. All right, it's up to us to. This is why we're saying to you, get organised, guys. All right, not look. I don't know. In America, definitely. All right, I'd be playing a whole different card if we were all living over there, guys. All right, but yeah, I tell you, I don't think too much is going to happen with this eclipse. All right, this is all bullshit, guys. The eclipse is happening, but guess I'll tell you what's going to happen with the eclipse. I said this on a space a few hours ago. They want to know what I thought was going to happen with the eclipse. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen with the eclipse, guys. You want to know? Whatever God wants to happen. That's what's going to happen with the eclipse. All right. As for the deep state, they're going to try and play off it, guys. They're going to try and pull every stunt. Don't forget, this is about ritual dates. There'll be heaps of ritual stuff going on starting in the States very, very soon, guys. All right. It probably started at midnight last night in the States. Okay. And they will use this date, and there will be rituals going on left, right, and center. This is what we're fighting against, guys. All right. So, yeah, I do expect some fun and games in the States. But as for the eclipse and that, I think it's all a big distraction. It's like the Y2K bug. The world was going to stop. Every computer was going to shut down, and we're all fucked. You know what happened? We all sat up till midnight like this, looking at the clock on our computer. I was. I'd already bought this program and whacked it into my computer. I got this disc and I had to whack it in there. And, all bullshit, guys. How many of us spent all the money on that disc? They made millions and billions off the Y2K bug. Billions, man. And we're all sitting here going, what's going to happen to my clock? You know what I mean? Like nothing happened. The clock ticked over and time kept going. Same thing, guys.
Now, another interesting thing is that gold and silver have been on the way up, and silver was actually open today 50 cents down, and however, it jumped up to the end of the day, the end of the trading day, was $1 higher. And remember, I just brought in this Kim Clement prophecy about silver and gold.
Rapidly, but hear a mystery, says the Lord. A mystery is look at the thing which is able to morph, the caterpillar. What is this that is being spoken? There is gold and there is silver, and there are those that are waiting upon I can see it. There are wells. There are 8 wells that are going to be unstopped.
There are 8 wells that are going to be unstopped. So it's not just the gold and silver that's restoring the wealth. There's also other opportunities, because God's really smart like that, and he wants everyone to prosper once these Satanists are out of the road. All right. Dave, did you... can I just bring in this one quickly? We're at 39.
You do what you want. No, go for it, mate.
Is
all
that
good.
the UN agenda is the same with Davos agenda. This, in fact, is my main topic for our conversation today. For this reason, this oligarchic, the world oligarchic system, they have the power on Europe because they control all the people like Bundeskanzler or president or prime minister or whatever there are. So for this reason, sorry to interrupt you, the situation with Donald Trump was a big shock.
They didn't expect that to happen. That was an accident, I suppose.
Absolutely an accident.
Not part of their game
was
plan.
The first time of the oligarchy system was what happened an accident. Because normally you have to be Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Normally you have to be Hillary Clinton, not Donald Trump. Anyway, he's the head of the UN. Or no, he's a member of the UN. So, all right, Dave, I'll let you wrap up. I'll go and grab our outro and Andy, Hamish and Andy are taking us out tonight with a random call, and they found us.
Hamish and Andy. Okay, all right. Well, listen, guys, website. All right, I'm going to be pushing it every night. All right, you got the motion out there for John Wilson. Okay, you've got our website, which needs to go out to people. It needs to go out to the Balmain community chemist. It needs to go to your local councils. All right, we need to get this stuff out, guys. All right, the website is absolutely, I think we got one of the best websites out there in Australia, guys, for what we're doing. It has been absolutely brilliant how the girls in the background have built it up and a couple of gentlemen. Okay, and it's going off, guys. All right, so utilize it. All right, we have the flyers on there. All right, we have everything you need. Okay, so guys, get there. You can see what's coming at you. All right, you can see what they're doing. Okay, so we've just got to go for it, guys. All right, we have to move. We have to be letterbox dropping. Let's wait till I have a talk to John on that, and then yeah, we'll talk about what's going to happen. You know, maybe come Anzac Day. You know, we've got that Friday of Anzac Day, guys. Right, we got to start looking, start planning, and start getting stuff done. Okay, it's as simple as that. Right, the push is on, guys, and I'm going to repeat it again. All right. Where in the hell is Wollongong? Where are you guys? Another council meeting going on with no one in it. I'll tell you what, I'm there next month and there'll be no show unless Cazz is going to run it, okay? Because if that's what I got to do to go and make an impression in council, I'll do it. But I'll tell you what, I'll be arrested, guys, and I probably won't make the next show the next night. All right, because they won't like me down there. All right, and they're not going to give me authority to go in there and talk because of who I am. I'm asking for fucking help. Why is the council chamber fucking empty? Seriously, people. People of Wollongong, why is it empty? I just don't understand, guys. I really don't. All right, so Wollongong, have a friggin' think about it. Look what the Shellhaven's doing down there. They're ripping their council apart. Beautifully, peacefully, with facts and figures. What in the hell's happening in Wollongong? I just can't do it all, guys. Simple. But I'll tell you what, I'll drop this fucking show next month and I'll be in there. But if I'm not back for a week, it's your fault. All right, because if I go in there ranting and raving, I know what they're going to do to me. They're going to tell me to shut up, and I'm not going to shut up. You know me. But, guys, I'm after some backup in Wollongong. How in the hell can me and my wife do this all on our own? Tell me. Tell me. All right, because if you can show me a way we can, we'll do it. But where in the friggin' hell is Wollongong? That's what I'm going to end with. See you later, Cazz. Bye.
Oh, yeah, g'day, mate. Sorry, my name's Tim. How are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Mate, I wonder if you can help me out of a slightly sticky situation. I'm just about to go into a job interview at an accounting firm. I've got to put like references down on a list. I don't have enough to fill it up. I've just I don't know why I've written down a random number and I just thought I'd call it to see if it's a real thing. It's your number.
Yeah. Oh, so you've just pulled this out of nowhere. Yeah, go on.
Well, I just didn't want to leave an empty list, but then it's occurred to me they might call it. But I doubt they will. But if someone calls you and says, "Do you know Tim Barnard?"
Yeah.
Can you just
say you used to work for what job's it for?
I'm going for a job at an accounting firm, but just say that I'm put you down as a personal reference.
Yeah, sweet. I'll just say I know you from way back, blah, blah, blah. I'll say you're a ripper bloke. You know, I've got you covered.
Is that all right?
Yeah, not a problem, dude.
Mate, you're a legend. I'm going in like 1 minute. I mean, I doubt you'll get a call, but if you do, Tim Barnard.
Yeah, sweet. That's no worries, dude.
Thank you,
Sure,
James.
easy.
Cheers.
See you, mate. Have a good one. Good luck with it. Hello, James speaking.
Oh, hi, it's
This
Graham
is what
Byrne there.
Aussies
Is that
do
James?
for each other, guys. This is
Great.
what Aussies
It's Graham
do.
here I'm calling from Kells & Co. We're an accounting firm. I've just come out of an interview with a friend of yours, Tim Barnard.
Oh, yes.
Yes, who looked to be a great candidate, so we thought we'd make our way back through the references quite promptly. You know Tim?
Yeah, I know Tim personally. I've known him for a few years now. We go back a fair while.
How long have you known Tim?
I've known Tim for probably 10 years odd.
How did you guys become friends?
Through the footy club.
Right. Fantastic. Didn't strike me as a footy player.
He wasn't really a player. He just more come in as a spectator sort of thing.
Oh, yes, helping out around the club.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is
fantastic.
gold, guys.
He'll be dealing with higher-end companies in his role, businesses of profits of $1 million plus. Does he know him to be good with money? Do you know anything about that?
From my understanding, like he'd help out a lot with a few fundraisers and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, as far as I know,
Mhm. Any other examples of him taking on responsibility?
he helps out the treasurer a lot,
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
and yeah, he does that a fair bit.
How many languages does Tim speak? Do you know?
From what I know definitely two.
Yep, we've got that one down here as well. That's all right. I was just double checking.
All I know of though.
Yes. What was the other one in addition to English?
Good question. I don't know. I'm complete Australian, so I never really speak it to him. I just know he does.
Yeah, right. Just knew he's bilingual.
Yeah.
He.
That's what I know. Sorry, I can't be further up there.
That's all right. Just describe to us the best thing about him, appearance-wise.
Appearance-wise, well, what you see is pretty much what you get with him. He's a go-getter, and when he says that things are going to be done, they get done.
Fantastic.
James, sorry, mate. It's Hamish and Andy here, James.
Oh, you're kidding!
James, mate, you are the best guy in the world. You're the best bloke in the world, James.
That's how Aussies treat each other, people.